Hello everyone, welcome to RetroMap, the video series focused on providing a roadmap or guide to mastering games on RetroAchievements. My name is Boopri, and on today's episode we're mapping Hatsune Miku Project DIVA is a rhythm game for the PSP developed by Sega in collaboration with Krypton Future Media. The base achievement list contains 95 achievements with an additional full combo subset containing 36 additional achievements. This guide will primarily focus on the base set of achievements, however later on in the guide I will talk more about the full combo subset more in depth. I would like to preface and say that this guide was built with the idea of playtime optimization. A lot of the unlockable modules are tied behind replaying songs, so when creating this guide, I had the intention of minimizing the amount of song replays that players would have to do. This guide also somewhat expects you to be able to achieve consistent great rankings. Before I continue, I want to briefly explain how ranking works in this game because it's somewhat different. It's not even somewhat different, it's just completely different than later entries that some players might be used to. In the first Project DIVA specifically, ranking is tied to how many points you earn throughout the song rather than accuracy like later entries. This means that in order to get great rankings, you have to get high scores, otherwise you'll get slapped with a standard ranking. Because ranking is tied to points, the most important part of songs becomes chance time. You can play somewhat badly throughout majority of the track, but when chance time appears, you want to do your utmost best to have a consistent combo throughout it. Each consecutive note you hit adds 100 points to your score. So 100, then 200, so on and so forth. These points will cap out at 5,000 points per note hit consecutively. It is very important that you try to get great rankings because there's many achievements as well as some modules that are tied to getting a great ranking on songs. There is one more thing that I would like to bring up and mention before moving on to the mastery requirements, and that is the recommendation of patching this game with either the 60 FPS English patch or the 60 FPS D-pad patch. The reason why I recommend these two patches specifically is this is the only title in the series that does not allow the use of the D-pad natively, and the game feels like it has a lot of massive input delay when locked to 30 FPS. Either of these patches will help with a lot of frustration regarding timing and input, and the D-pad patch specifically is really good for some of the harder tracks in the game, which I will talk about later on. Okay, with all of that out of the way in terms of general info, what does it take in order to master this game? Well, in order to master this game, you have to play every song with a few exceptions at least 6 times bare minimum. This is due to 6 of the unlockable modules and their respective achievements being unlocked after clearing each song on normal or hard with at least a great ranking, or getting standard ranking 5 times while using the default module for the main 6 Vocaloids. These achievements are the #1 fan achievements, and they're for Miku, Lin, Rin, Luca, Kaito, and Meiko respectively. There is an awesome spreadsheet that was created by RetroAchievement user Gregolas that will help with tracking what songs you finished on which character. I highly recommend downloading this and creating a copy for yourself, that way you can keep a track of what songs you do and don't do during your playthrough. I will have that spreadsheet linked in the description below. Another major requirement for mastering this game is collecting every single item regarding the room. These include the 10 different styles, the 58 different room accessories, the 26 different wall accessories, and the 28 floor accessories. These room items are what makes the first Project DIVA such a grind due to these being given out at random at the end of songs. You'll also have to complete the visual gallery, but you'll probably end up doing this once obtaining all the wall accessories, since some images are tied to wall items. The third and final major requirement for the list is clearing every song on hard with a great ranking minimum. With all of the info and mastery requirements out of the way, we can actually get into the guide itself. There are 3 major goals of your first playthrough of Project DIVA. These goals are unlocking all the songs, clearing every track with default Miku, and unlocking the other 5 Vocaloids. Unlocking all of the songs is self-explanatory. There are 36 songs in the game, 4 of them are repeat tracks with a different Vocaloid as the singer. The main focus here is to play every song on normal difficulty using the default Miku module, whilst getting great rankings. During your first playthrough of the setlist, you should unlock the following achievements if you're keeping a consistent enough combo, which is usually around 100-ish, as well as getting high enough scores. These achievements are Space News Dancer, Owenden Honorary Member, The Rebel, Nighty Night, Germ Spreading Miku, School Days in Slow Motion, Winter Nights, Ni Hao Miku, Magic Painter, Miku of the Seven Seas, Vocaloid Galaxy M, Miku's apprentice Yawane Haku, Miku's rival Akita Neru, Traveler Lady Megarine Luca. This achievement and module in particular is important as it's one of the 6 Vocaloids we need for the #1 fan achievements. After clearing every song once with a great ranking, you should unlock the first of the 6 #1 fan achievements as long as you've been using the default Miku module. One thing that you'll also notice is that you're missing 4 tracks from the setlist. These 4 tracks are the Lin and Rin variants of Song of Life and Song of Wastelands, Forest, and Magic. In order to unlock those variants, you have to clear the respective songs an additional 2 more times on normal. However, before we do these second clearings of the 2 tracks, you'll want to return to the main menu and swap your module to the Luca module. We'll be using her for the second clearings. Upon clearing these tracks for a second time, you should unlock the Lin variants. You'll want to go ahead and immediately do these versions of the tracks. Finishing Lin's version of Song of Desert, Forest, and Magics on normal with a minimum combo of 100 will unlock him as a module, as well as the respective achievement. He is the 3rd Vocaloid that we need for the 6 fan achievements. After doing this, you'll once again return to the main menu and swap the module to the Lin module that we just unlocked. You'll then want to clear the original version of the songs again for a 3rd time. This will unlock Rin's variant of the tracks. Clearing both of the variants of Song of Life with a great ranking on normal will unlock the Rin-chan Now module for Miku, as well as the respective achievement. Finishing Rin's version of Song of Desert, Forest, and Magic on normal with a minimum combo of 100 will unlock her as a module. She is the 4th Vocaloid we need for the 6 fan achievements, so she's kind of important. After unlocking those 4 extra variant tracks, you should unlock the achievement for unlocking all songs, My Debut Album. Another thing to note about those 4 variant tracks is that they're not tied to the #1 fan achievements. You only have to clear them with a great ranking once, since their modules are forced to be Lin or Rin depending on the variant. Also, after clearing those 4 tracks, you should have unlocked the last of the P-style achievements. Over the course of the playthrough, you should have been unlocking majority of these if you've been getting consistent great rankings. Up to this point, we've cleared all songs with great rankings with Miku, as well as unlocked all of the songs. So what's next? Well, before we continue, there's 2 songs we need to revisit before moving on. These 2 songs are Your Diva and Requiem for the Phantasma. You'll need to clear these songs an additional 4 times on normal, ideally clearing them with Luca, Lin, and Rin with a great ranking. You'll have to replay both of them an extra time even after doing it with the 4 unlocked Vocaloids, but clearing both of these 5 times will unlock the last 2 Vocaloids needed for the #1 fan achievements. After clearing Requiem 5 times, you will unlock Kaito, and clearing Your Diva 5 times will unlock Meiko respectively. After unlocking Kaito, you want to go ahead and clear Requiem as well as Your Diva an additional time on normal with a great ranking. We'll come back to Meiko later on in the guide. We're now on the road to being #1 fans. For the most part. There's 2 major goals for this portion of our clearing of Project DIVA. We're wanting to clear every song on normal with a great ranking with Lin, Rin, Luca, and Kaito, and we also want to ensure that every song is cleared at least 5 times minimum on normal. This will probably be where a majority of your playtime will be in regards to this game. We're going to be revisiting all of the unlocked tracks with 4 of the 5 other Vocaloids on normal. You'll already have Requiem of the Phantasma and Your Diva finished, and Lin and Luca should have 2 extra songs to finish for them already if you've been following this guide so far. Like I stated earlier on in this guide, the 4 Lin and Rin variant tracks do not need replayed through if you've already gotten a great for them on normal. Over the course of re-clearing every song with these 4 Vocaloids, you should unlock the following achievements and modules. A lot of these are unlocked once you've cleared a track for the 5th time on normal. These achievements are A Soldier from Far Away, Star Messenger Miku, Princess in Love, The Cat Under the Rain, Heart Hunter Devil, Lover with a Cause, Dancing Over the City, Star in a Cardboard World, Miku from Middle East, Moon Visitor Miku, and The Diva Was Born. Every time you clear a run of the setlist with another Vocaloid, you should unlock their respective #1 fan achievement. If you've noticed, we've saved Meiko for last, and there's a reason for this. Meiko has one specific achievement and module tied to her, and it's for clearing Your Diva on hard mode. This is the last big section in regards to most of the achievements. The 2 major goals here are to clear all the hard mode tracks with a great ranking or better. This does include the Lin and Rin variant songs, and we're going to be using Meiko for this to unlock the last #1 fan achievement. Depending on your skill, this section could take a while or no time at all. The end goal here is to clear the entire setlist one last time on hard mode, whilst getting great rankings while using Meiko. Saving Meiko for last means you only have to clear your Diva once on hard so you can unlock the Sweet Young Meiko achievement. Most tracks in the game don't deviate too much from their normal difficulty charting. They usually tend to add a few more notes to certain sections of songs. Up to this point, you probably have only been using just 2 buttons in general for songs. However, on hard mode, all 4 face buttons will be used. There are 2 tracks that are worth mentioning that I would like to talk about. These are the Vanishing/Disappearance of Hatsune Miku and Requiem for the Phantasma. The first adds very fast streaming sections, and the latter has a pretty difficult triangle section before chance time. Earlier on in the video, I did mention that this game has a full combo subset with 36 additional achievements. This is probably where you would want to shoot for those if you're doing both of these sets at the same time. The D-pad patch specifically helps a ton with the already mentioned harder tracks in the game. If you're going for perfect combos, it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone, since you'll unlock an achievement for the full combo subset, as well as getting a great ranking achievement on the main set. Perfects are optional though, so if you don't want to bother with them, that's like completely fine. Most people probably won't do that, but if you do go for it, good luck. Over the course of clearing these songs one last time on hard difficulty, you should unlock the following modules and achievements. These are Meiko Wannabe, Maiden of Life, The Sound of My Voice, Under the Cherry Blossoms, The Symbol of a Pure Heart, and the aforementioned Sweet Young Meiko. As I mentioned before, if you clear a hard song with a great ranking, you'll unlock an achievement respective for that track. So for instance, clearing World Is Mine with a great ranking will get you the World Is Mine achievement. There are 36 of these, 1 for each song in the game. Upon clearing your final hard track with a great ranking, as long as you've been using the default Meiko skin throughout this whole portion, you should unlock the final #1 fan achievement. Also, for getting a great on all hard difficulty tracks, you'll unlock the last of the P-style achievements. Congratulations for clearing all the songs on hard with a great or perfect. So what's left? Welcome to Endgame. All that's left to do is some general cleanup. First, we need to revisit a few songs before being sent into the mines. I'll explain this later. Using the Miku swimwear module, you need to clear Dear Cocoa Girls and the Secret Garden one more time with a grade on normal. Doing this will unlock Dear Secret Miku. Afterwards, using the Space Channel 39 module for Miku, you'll want to clear I'll Miku You for Reals one more time on hard with a great ranking. Doing this will unlock the Space Channel 5 outfit for Miku, as well as the achievement Ulala's New Dancer. Congrats! You should now have all modules in the game, every single one of them. That's 100%. We have unlocked every single module. Congrats! Also, if you haven't cleared a song with a perfect on normal or hard yet, you'll need to do that in order to unlock the Road to Diva achievement. All that's left for us to do in the game is to get the rest of the room items. So how do we do that exactly? Well, room items are randomly given to you upon clearing a song. These items are dropped at complete random. You can clear 30 tracks and not have a single one drop, or clear 30 tracks and have an item drop every time. It is completely random. So how do we go about minimizing playtime to get these? Well, the ideal method is playing through I'll Miku You for Reals again, and again, and well, again. You could also just play whatever songs you want, but I'll Miku You for Reals is chosen specifically because it's a pretty easy chart and an insanely short song at that. You can also play on easy as well to ensure you get great rankings, as some items only drop if you've gotten a great ranking. Depending on how many room items you have left, you could be mining in these Miku mines for quite a while, so all I have to say really is good luck and Godspeed. Hope it doesn't take forever. The final few achievements that you should get should be Vocaloid Decorator, Vocaloid Collector, Vocaloid Roommate, and Vocaloid Hoarder. There is also the achievement, A Tribute to Hatsune Miku. This unlocks when you've unlocked every image in the visual gallery. This will usually unlock at the same time that you get Vocaloid Roommate, because typically the last few images you'll need will be from the wall items. However, if for some reason this achievement does not unlock at the same time as Vocaloid Roommate, that probably means that you're still missing some loading screen images, which would kind of be shocking considering how much of this game you probably would have played up to this point. So if for whatever reason you still don't have this one at this point, just kind of keep like going in and out of menus until it unlocks, because I mean every time you back out into a menu or go into a menu it has a loading screen, so you'll get it at some point, I promise. And that should be it. After getting those last few achievements, you should have your shiny Hatsune Miku Mastery Badge, and probably a very huge weight lifted off your shoulders if you've been in the Miku mines for a long time. That pretty much concludes the roadmap / guide. I don't typically do these, so if this seems kind of rough or all over the place, I apologize. I did try my best to kind of, I guess, optimize it for playtime. When I was initially going through this, there wasn't like any sort of guide or assistance on how to tackle this set. I didn't realize that there was so many times you had to replay songs, so as I was literally playing through the game, I was like, oh my god, I wish I knew that I needed to do these on specific modules. I played half of the game at first with a non-default Miku module, so I had to essentially backtrack and play half of the set list with Miku again. So when I was making this guide, I was sitting there thinking, I hope I saved someone from having to do a bunch of stuff again, like I did. Anyways, that's it for this episode of RetroMap. If you have any comments, concerns, feedback, likes, hates, like the video, dislike the video, share it to your mom, dad, cousin, sister, grandma, dog, cat, goldfish if you want. Share it to other Retro Achievement users looking to tackle this game. My profile will be linked in the description as well if anybody wants to, I don't know, see what games I've mastered. If there's a game you'd like me to create a roadmap or guide for in terms of the entire achievement list or specific achievements, just leave a comment or send me a message on RetroAchievements. That'll be all. I hope y'all have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, weekend, weekday, holiday. Who knows when you're watching this? My name is Boopry, and I'm out.